Hi guys, Miss Christensen here with a little math talk for you. Okay, so the first problem we're going to look at, we're going to take a look at doing some mental math. Okay, so you can see that first things first, we always check the sign. What kind of problem is this? It's an addition problem, okay? When we add, we always get more. All right, so 64 plus 30. Okay, now this kind of problem is pretty easy to do in your head. Why? Because 30, right, has a 0 at the end. Okay, so all we have to think about is skip counting by tens 3 times, right? Because 10, 20, 30. Okay, so if we skip count by 10 3 times up the number line, right? If we we find 64 on the number line, and we would skip count 10 3 times. But we don't even need this number line because we know how to skip count by tens, okay? So instead of starting at 60, we're starting at 64. So instead of it being 60, 70, 80, 90, we're going to start with 64. So we're going to say 64, go, and skip count 3 times. 64, go. 74, 84, 94. All right? Pretty easy to do in your head. Also, if you're thinking about doing it in the traditional way, then you could just say 64 plus 30, right? 4 plus 0, we know any number plus 0 is that number, so 4 plus 0 is 4. And then 6 plus 3, of course, equals 9. And notice how I started adding in the ones place. We always begin adding and subtracting in the ones place. All right, so let's take a look at one more problem that we can do a little talk through. Okay, we're going to take a look at a 3-digit subtraction problem. Okay, so let's say 219. Actually, let me use this side so I can utilize my boxes. So if it's 3 digits, how many place values is that? There's 3 place values. So we're going to say hundreds, tens, and ones. Okay, and I'm going to set up my boxes. I'm going to set up 2 rows of boxes here, okay? So it looks like this, and I'm using the lines to kind of help me. And notice how I made my boxes large enough to write in so I can read that as I'm going through the steps, okay? So 219 minus 176. Now, when we add and subtract, we always, of course, start in the ones place. Now, do I have more on top, no need to stop, or more on the floor, go next door? I have more on top, no need to stop, okay? So can I take 6 away from 9? What's the difference? The difference is 3. Yes, so no need to stop there. 9 minus 6 equals 3, or the difference is 3. Okay, then we're ready to hop over to the tens place. Now, in the tens place, I have the number 1 and the number 7. Okay, do I have more on top, no need to stop? Or do I have more on the floor, go next door? Looks like for this place value, in the tens place, I have more on the floor. So I'm going to need to go over to my friend, the hundreds, and say, hey, give me what you got. Take 1 away, all right? And that 200, if I have 200 and I take 100 away, I have 100. So that becomes 100. And then I take that 100 and I move it over here to the tens place. Now, this is no longer 1 10, but 11 tens, okay? Can you think to yourself, what is 11 tens? Ooh, if 10 tens equals 100, then 11 tens must be 110. All right, so you can say the value of 11 tens is 110. So 11 minus 7. What's the difference between 11 and 7? The difference is 4. All right, and then we come over here to the hundreds place. 100 minus 100 equals 0 hundreds. So I can write my 0 in if I want, if I'm feeling fancy, or I can just leave that blank. All right, so the number reads 43. So the difference between 219 and 176 is 43. All right, that's all I have for today. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye, friends.